I guess you could say
I've got to get to the bottom of everything.
you could
Are we
say
saying-
Lana's Damon's.
Damon's. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago.
That's the investigation done, Jaden. You ready to continue then, Jaden?
I'm ready.
Let's continue then, shall we? That has definitely become my catchphrase throughout this. Okay, let's continue then, shall we?
Yes. This is the defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be?
I'm here to talk to her about her car's extended warranty.
And where's Emma for that matter? It almost seems as if...
Something's been happening behind the scenes.
Edgeworth.
Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is, that is.
Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out.
You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything.
Not yet.
In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, Wright, and Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty.
But she didn't do it.
I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here to... That's why I came here. To hear what you have to say.
It's the first time he's ever done something like this.
You know, we're all alone in this room. Sure, there's 2 security guards, but they can go outside.
Lana's
5
hiding
minutes.
something. And the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her.
The truth?
Everything goes back to the SR9 incident.
Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past.
That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened.
I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright.
See you, Edgeworth. This is it. If I'm ever gonna find what happened to what Chief Gant has on her, it's now.
Here we go, final trial day. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But, before that, the police chief has a proposal to make.
Chief Gant.
Surprise! I had Scotty beam me up.
Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, RG. Been back to the pool yet?
No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work.
Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that.
If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours?
Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel we should. Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. Okay, so Judge just clearly agreed.
What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request, and it'll be finished. And I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial.
Huh?
I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. That did not pick up.
Lana, no! You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea.
In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services.
Lana?
Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven in its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I'd like you to render your verdict now, if you please.
Doesn't end like this.
Well, the defendant certainly has the right of representation.
You wanna pull your finger out your ass?
Our request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise.
This can't be happening.
It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant's guilt beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature.
Now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you. But why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, Your Honor, do we not find that suspicious?
No, I don't. That's just Chief Gant. I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant.
What?
Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes.
Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy.
I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh? To whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court to hear her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant?
Worthy. You'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Your Honor, I object. This is a threat to my boyfriend.
Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand.
Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma Skye. My occupation, I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
2 years ago,
Thank God he went easy on her.
you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then.
He sure gave in fast.
Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago.
The trip to yesteryear has finally begun.
Yep.
It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial.
I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
Do we actually have Marshall's autopsy?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, we do. I don't think we ever examined it. You wanna have a look at it?
Right, Neil Marshall, February 19th, 7 p.m., 7:30. Time of death, single stab wound, piercing heart and lung. Diving blood loss, another 10 minutes. Weapon found in wound was missing tip.
There's also a little bit on here that it doesn't say.
A knife tip was found in the womb. In the wound.
He was pregnant.
My brain is shutting down. Okay.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor.
You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Do you want to quickly go back through it?
Yeah.
So, man came running in, took me hostage. No Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
Did we just press everything?
Do you want to quickly look back over the evidence one more time?
Yes, because I feel like
there is something that's jumping out at me, but I can't remember if it's not really important or not. I never actually looked at the list. Oh. It's just one of these. Hello.
Uh-oh. A picture is drawn on the back of the evidence list in magic marker. I've got a very bad feeling about this. Yes! We've got a Star Wars reference on May the 4th!
It didn't even add it to like the court record as being part of it, so it might be important later.
I say, well, when do we present it?
Well, I have a problem with this.
Oh, yeah, Aaron, he wasn't stabbed in the back.
It says he was stabbed in the back, but Emma says he was stabbed in the chest.
And what does the photo see? Well, what do we see on the photo?
He's well, in the drawing.
Yeah, in drawing.
Stabbed. It looks like he's stabbed in the back.
Okay, so do we present evidence or do we press it?
I think we present the autopsy.
Okay.
No,
Nope.
we do not. Okay, wild idea. Do we present the evidence list?
We could.
Just to try.
Nope.
Nope. I think what we need is for Phoenix to realize that the back is actually very fucking important. So I guess we should just press at the moment then.
Yes.
Do you want to press from here, or do you want to...
Probably start from the beginning, it would probably make more sense. Right. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct?
Yes, she was second in command under under then Deputy Chief of Police Gant. My sister, she was the best detective ever.
Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office.
That's right. I'd always sit in my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day, too.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work.
A man?
Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer.
Joe Dark was brought in for questioning that day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Skye at Gant's office.
There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him.
What was the prosecutor doing there?
That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Almost forgot about Gant.
Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark.
When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead.
And that's when the prosecutor, and that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in.
I don't clearly remember what happened then. But never forget what's next time.
Can you tell us about that? Very specific, Phoenix.
Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. Just then, the lights went out.
The lights?
It was just about this time of year, there was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby.
So the electricity went out.
Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right, but just then lightning flashed out again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind.
I see.
I told the detective about what I saw then.
Detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. I'd say hear more.
Tell us more.
So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago.
Yes. That's what's so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw?
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before.
Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
Ask about the picture. This picture the witness drew, I believe, has a very important meaning.
But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost.
So can we now examine it and actually, have the picture be in the fucking record? Or do I just need to present it again?
Yeah, I
I've got
think
a very
you
bad
need to
feeling
present
about
it.
this. Yeah, we'll just fucking present it.
Objection!
Yeah!
Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet, you would insist on denying its existence.
Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that the prosecutor for that case... I'm saying that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture.
That may well be.
That way, Mel B.
May well be. Be well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold.
This is the evidence list for the SO9 incident.
Please turn it over, Your Honor.
Turn it over. Turn it... Ah! What's this? Yes. What is that?
Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew.
Indeed. 2 men appear to be wrestling here.
What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
At me?
Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Huh? These lists, they're different from each other.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These 2 lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you.
What? What? Order, order. But, Miss Skye, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list?
Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor.
Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor!
Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head.
If the evidence list was torn in half, then there... Oh, fuck's sake. Then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list.
Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's possible. Let's see.
Is something wrong? You turned into a motorcycle.
I have shattered my pants, Your Honor.
Phoenix.
Oh, right. Do you even have to ask?
Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing.
Oh no! Why did they bring him into this?
That's that thing. That thing that was dancing in the evidence room.
Clearly, this is an act of vandalism. This act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives.
I guess he was out of his. I guess he was out of scrap paper.
Very well. Witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago?
Huh? Yes, sir, Your Honor.
What's wrong with her? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. That's a really good observation, Phoenix. I'm not gonna lie.
This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant.
To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind.
Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Bit dark. Should we just press?
Yes. Did you draw this picture right after the incident?
I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon, Gant, and Lana Skye.
Or 3 days later. The memory would. The memory should have still been fresh in her mind.
Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black?
Few shadows.
So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue.
No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor.
You were knocked to the floor?
dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on it, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt.
What happened after the lightning flash?
You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place?
No, I'm sorry.
The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further?
What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here.
That's my line, Phoenix.
Anyway, this picture.
Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw?
Oh, I'm yawning. Sorry.
Of course. This is the exact scene.
It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives?
Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, right?
No, of course not. I'd better watch out, or you might find some way to cut my salary.
I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. So I don't think anyone's story could have influenced me.
Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture?
Oh, well... That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet... there's clearly a contradiction here.
Okay, I think I know what the contradiction is. So, this is exactly what she saw in that instant.
Right.
So, this is a picture of Dark about to stab Marshall. It's the very instant of it. But there is very much a contradiction, and I can see it.
I can't, so if you care to enlighten me...
I want to lead you in the right direction. I want you to get it. Okay. So, what do we know about Marshall? About like when he was dead? What was like found? What was like the evidence and all that? Come on.
He was stabbed.
He was stabbed. Yes. Was there any evidence left inside of him?
Yes, there was a tip of a knife.
Now,
When-
question, or unless you're thinking about it.
But good, no, I'm on the right track. Okay. So what were you saying?
So, if this is the moment that he was being stabbed, there's very clearly something wrong about the drawing if this is that moment then.
I mean, aside from the fact it's not... I mean, if it's the exact moment he's being... Right. Is it the exact moment he's being stabbed, or is the exact moment he's been stabbed?
Being. This is the exact
Being
moment
stabbed.
he is being stabbed.
Right. I don't know. I can't find the contradiction then.
Look at the weapon.
It's intact.
Sort of.
It looks like a ruler. Did he ask Baldy for help? I mean,
Rulers are square, right? So, or like rectangles.
yes.
What does a knife have that a rectangle doesn't?
A pointy edge.
Correct. So,
So-
if this is the moment that he's being stabbed, why is the knife not sharp? Why is the knife already broken?
That is a very good question.
I think we present the autopsy. Yep. I led you there at least. I was able to get you there at least, Phoenix.
You got me in the end. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction.
What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday.
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What
Believe me,
part
Your
of
Honor.
this picture contradicts the autopsy report?
The knife. The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken.
Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright.
But, Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too.
If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body.
It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer.
I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken.
Ah! What's the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand?
Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there.
That's right. But what does that mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken.
That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure if she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time. But she was sure she remembered correctly.
But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence?
You're treading on thin ice, right?
All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility.
No. Ah! Order, order, order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted?
Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place on the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Grant.
Grant? Who's Damon
yeah,
Grant?
Damon Gant. Sorry, it's been a long day. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Then Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in the story, there is a lie.
I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife.
If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being 2 broken knives?
Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's.
Can you think of another broken knife?
Gant?
Okay. Do you have any idea what the broken knife could be? No. Do you remember a certain story that Edgeworth told us?
No.
About
brain-
about the word contradiction. Can you remember that?
Remind me.
The word contradiction is made up of 2 words. The second half, which is shield, and the first part, which is halberd.
Okay, but
That in combination is what created the trophy. I can even show you a picture of the trophy.
Oh my god! That's it! Yes, okay. Back out. I got this.
Could there have been one? You would need to read that line. There have been one?
Could there have been one? Yes.
There is another.
If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by a simple observational error.
Mr. Wright?
In this instant, Emma really did see a broken knife.
I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us.
The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder.
Did you say
There's only
murderer
one
weapon
way.
again?
The murderer weapon.
You brought that back. It's only one way.
Here, take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon.
It has to just be a picture.
The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture.
This is a picture of the award ceremony. Ah! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon.
Notice the award prosecutor marshal is holder? Holding?
That's a broken knife.
As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was all in likelihood from this award.
Order, order, order.
Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out his knife. Or this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation.
But that can't be.
Oh? And why not, Mr. Edgeworth?
Because if the King of Prosecutors' award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed.
What do you mean?
I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh. Oh!
But the prosecutor was the one who actually died.
That's true. What's going on here?
It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Oh, okay, thanks, Emma. Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back? I knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it. What? You
drew that?
That's right. You sure about that? You sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. Get the bloody blue badger theme. All this time, I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part way deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you've recalled, Miss Skye? Yes, Your Honor.
First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger? This should be interesting.
Very. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then, there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. This is certainly most unusual. Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year.
That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago.
Yes, well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Stop, please. Don't pursue this any further.
Lana?
What's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Skye, we've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
Seems we're finally getting to the core of this matter.
It's again another case of I know the evidence, but I don't know where to present it.
Just press everything if we don't know. What other choice do we have?
I feel like we should focus on this one, really. In the room, but I saw a shadow. I think we should at least press these two.
Are you sure about this?
Sure about that?
Of course. See, I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember.
Oh, brother, just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion.
Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing?
His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face, with its winning smile and all?
That's right. But I still remember it. It had 3 creepy horns.
This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did.
Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation. If so, then by all means, tell us what this shadow really was.
What? Fuck's sake. What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this Blue Badger, really?
Here's the thing. I happen to know.
Well, of course you know.
Do you want to possibly look at evidence of what it could be?
Yes. Because I'm at a complete loss here.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it is very out there with what it is.
It's
And
the attorney's badge.
I'll tell you right now, not on this page. So we have at least 2 other pages. If you have any ideas, shout them out.
Is there another page that we can look at?
Yeah, we do have another page.
Wait, no, I have it!
What?
The jar.
Doesn't really look like a badger though, does it? Perhaps if we
No.
were to turn it around and flip it upside down, Jaden.
Am I supposed to gasp and say, "Oh my god, I see something"? Oh my god, I see it!
I guess the answer you were looking for is yes!
God damn! The Blue Badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma drew this picture. Yeah, she saw it and she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, I officially quit. It is the defense's belief that on the fateful day 2 years ago, there was indeed something that looked similar to the Blue Badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room.
Mr. Wright,
I will say, this is going to be very finicky for me. In this room, very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instant? Please show us this mysterious Blue Badger look-alike. It's
Pleasure,
an
Your Honor.
unstable jar.
The mysterious Blue Badger was in fact this.
But that's... what exactly is that?
I believe it's some sort of jar.
but Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the Blue Badger.
Indeed it doesn't, as it stands now. Just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change its viewpoint?
I'm just going to quickly save, because this part is very finicky.
Good call.
Viewpoint.
I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from.
I have to be very precise. So I'm going very carefully. There's not too... Okay, I forgot I can do that as well. Okay. First try!
Yeah!
Jaden,
Well, is this a miracle or what?
I got it first try. Of course it's a miracle, Phoenix.
No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger.
God, that thing is very creepy. No! It can't be!
Even Edgeworth shot.
It can, Mr. Edgeworth. Order. Order! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this... Although we all enjoy Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point?
What do you mean?
So that badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything.
Oh, so. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything.
Indeed. Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar?
The
Okay, come
The
on.
murderer, surely.
The murderer is still Joe Duh. Would you like to look through
Okay.
the evidence one more time?
Yes.
And maybe specifically, certain photo. Think.
It's got to be the murdered weapon. No?
Close but no cigar. Where
Close.
was this statue?
It's in, Gant's office. I don't know why I
Which
had to think
side
that.
of Gant's office?
Well, the right side. Oh,
If
wait,
it-
hang on a second. I think I know where you... Well, no, I don't actually know where you're going
Which
with
side
this,
is
but I know.
Lana's desk on?
The left.
And where was the patch of blood we found? It
On
was
the
also
left.
on the left. Then why, in fact, is the jar on the right, but not the left? If it broke.
You're gonna have to help me out here.
This means that the location is different. The background tells us.
So it's the location then.
The location is completely different.
Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar.
At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright.
Yes, yes. While knowing this, where could she have seen the jar?
Where?
The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant.
But the body was found lying near Lana Skye's desk. The witness testified so herself.
Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, The struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Skye's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office.
Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Skye's office?
Yes.
Why would he do that? There's no reason.
Yes, there is. There's every reason. Exactly. Never mind. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright?
I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she'd knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. And in the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying?
That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit?
Ah! The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword.
Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy.
No. Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking...
Yes. There is another possibility of what actually transcribed in that room.
Transcribed?
Transpired.
Another possibility?
Of course, the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Skye knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No! I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So, it was the witness who took the victim's life. And then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented.
You could say that again, Your Honor!
What? What are you saying?
I'm sorry, Miss Skye, but given the circumstances...
Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that, coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're gonna have to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall?
Evidence?
I'm willing to bet you don't.
Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence.
If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead.
Well, we certainly can't get dead people to testify.
Phoenix, you know that's a lie. Motherfucker, you know Maya!
This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning.
You said juice, didn't you?
What?
You almost said juice chase.
Juice chase.
Touche, Miss Skye. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility.
You mean there's still another possibility?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another. That's impossible.
Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility you have left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
Got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind. Do we have evidence?
Do you want to look through the evidence again?
Yes. Because right now I'm having serious doubts.
I'll say, if anything, all the evidence we need is probably on this page. With the fact that it's mainly new evidence.
I mean, my question is, are you actively on it?
No. I'll
Okay.
be honest and say I'm not actively on it.
Because I was gonna say that didn't make sense to me. I thought you were trying to drop a hint, but evidence list, the team picture. What would it be?
They would have had to have written it on something. So what is the something that it's been written on?
The jar? Because the jar's covered in blood.
Does appear to have writing on it. Should we just press forward and say that we do have it?
Yeah. This message from the deceased is already in our possession.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Skye. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek: the truth. No matter how painful it may be.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased.
It's an unstable jar.
This is the message left by the deceased.
This is that blue badger from before, right?
Oh, is he going to speak the name of the killer? Is he going to speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would.
Yeah, we've had this before. It looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
if you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar.
It looks like someone wiped the blood away.
Yes, but notice the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away.
Yes. There is a line here drawn in blood. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines?
Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the precious moments left to him to leave behind a message.
One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions.
Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points. And the victim's message will become apparent.
No. No. Mr. Wright. What kind of message did the victim leave for us?
Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim would have could have written, given the circumstances.
It also said his murderer's name. So, Jaden, which dots do we connect to where?
Well, I know what it spells, but I don't know what dots to connect to what.
Well, what does it spell?
Gant, obviously.
No?
No?
No, sorry.
It's not gonna say Emma.
Should I connect some of the dots?
Started, I guess. Unless it is Emma. He was spelling Emma. Yep. All right. Yep. We know at this point now. We know it.
It's Emma.
It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, after all my... Fuck!
Another one
After
for
all
the
my
compilation.
efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma.
So, this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. None of my God damn it, Judge. I was about to say none of my characters talk while I have a quick drink. Okay, there we go. Of all people. She may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life.
Was Emma Skye. See you, Worthy? Can't say I didn't warn you. Oh, get out of it, dickbag.
Chief Gant.
Do you understand the implications of what you've done?
What? What are you talking about?
2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not?
Ah!
I know exactly where this is going.
What?
He was convicted of murdering Marshall, but he didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
I think that noise I just made was a very weird one.
Okay, but Joe Dark really was a serial murder. That's undeniable. Your Honor, I object. My boyfriend is being assaulted. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We weren't defenders of justice.
We aren't.
Oh, we aren't defenders of justice. What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up evidence or forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. In this case, it would have been Edgeworth. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. Don't tell me Edgeworth goes to fucking prison.
prosecutor's office?
They might have sent an innocent man to his death.
How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault?
Order! 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 Order!
Pull a liar move and say, knock it off! The gravel's pounding fell on deaf ears.
Gavel.
Gavel. I keep saying gravel now. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows.
We've hit a checkpoint.